What's up, y'all? It's me, Tasha C. And in this particular video, y'all, I will be reviewing Love After Lockup, Life After Lockup, the spin-off series. What is it, season 2? If you go by, it's still being Love After Lockup. Season 2 with episode 16. And if they stick and change numbers of this Life After Lockup, season 1, episode 2. So, take a pick. Anyway, shout outs to my YouTube fam, hugs and loves, and let's get into it. And don't forget, if y'all you like what y'all hear, whatever y'all, if y'all not already, part of my YouTube fam, parts, then you can go ahead and subscribe down wherever the description button. And also don't forget to click on that notification bell to get all notifications. Your first choice. You got 3 choices. You get customized, but the first one, all notifications, blah blah blah, and so forth. And don't forget to like this video because the more likes the video gets, the more it helps, push this little video up. Okay, y'all, I'm a little bit on the later side. I just did my Utoria, hold on, saying right. I just did another review and did that, and I'm going to upload that as well. And so I'm at this kind of late, so I hope y'all enjoying the beginning of weekend. I hope y'all enjoy Juneteenth. Happy late belated Juneteenth. Congrats to all the graduates out there. Shout out some more love her. My YouTube cousin just had a little graduate the other day. But anyway, y'all, I hope y'all enjoy the weekend. But let's get into Love After Lockup. Oh gosh, I really need to get that paper sticking up and get on my nerves in the background. But anyways, y'all, let's get into it. Now, Marcia, we're gonna go in order like the couples, basically the most kind of material. I think I'm gonna have Andrea Lamar, and then of course say the best, the tripod, the octagon, the Romulus, the circle, the triangle, the square. Just everything that lasts. The Megan, the quadruple, love triangle, square, Megan and Michael, Eminem, and oh my gosh, what I forgot. And Sarah. Ooh, Lord, like I said, the Eminem's always gonna be tongue tied. We're gonna save it for last. Now we're gonna get Marcel, Molino. Oh Lord, these names, too many M's. And we're gonna get Brittany out the way because there really wasn't that much with them in this episode. And we're gonna get Clinton them all the way. Then we're gonna probably get Liz with Scotty with their situationship. And then, like I said, we're gonna save that the main course towards the end. So the thing with Marcino and Brittany. Now they just have like the next morning, Brittany's up there cooking breakfast or whatever, and Marcelino had a long night of poker. Turns out he is training to be a professional poker player, and Brittany just seemed like just overwhelmed. She's like, oh, it seemed like she's doing 10 years, and one time she's got a new baby. Her little son, Gino, I don't know what Giovanni, I think his name is, little man. He, is still in toddler stage or almost 4 or 5. I forgot how old her son is. And then they got a whole puppy, and she just kind of just overwhelmed and kind of just dealing still with Marcel's, not overprotect, but controlling type of attitude. And so when she comes in, she's, he's the one where his kids at. And the kids are, his mom came got the kids. So she's talking, she's just like, just trying to deal with trying to adjust everything. And, it's like so much is overwhelming, but she's still trying to put it together. And she really wished that he would do the poker thing during the day. But he said, like, you do, I guess train poker, or I don't know if he's like doing it where it's like an internship or paid internship. I don't know. But he's like, this is to help, like, bring money into the house. So, and she just still complained about like the controlling thing, like she was trying to say like don't like act all closed up to Amanda and Sasha, her being around him. And he's still this thing like any one thing could do could let her back in prison. She like basically she doesn't need to be around those people and that thing. We know how he's acting weird, hesitant, and he didn't even want even Amanda to hold the kid or Sasha. And the kids period and really wanted Brittany to hold their daughter when it was on that little commotion last week's episode. So they kind of still had that, and she they kind of left it alone. I kind of brushed it off because like I said, they really was there, but they weren't really there, but just saying like their problems just were working out. But he really is like saying like really she needs to leave, and especially confessionals. Marcy would say like Brittany needs to leave these people alone. She's like You trust me. You had to be able to trust me. I'm not gonna put anybody in that situation. But I'm surprised that his problem with Amanda is really more so because, like I said, Brittany and Amanda were, going together and have relationships. And remember, Brittany at first wanted to still be with Amanda and still hook up with her and stuff like that, and wanted some open closed door. I don't know what the heck it was, but it seems like Marcel, he's not bringing up his issue. He's just saying she's toxic, period, and bad for bad for Brittany to be around. And it's just how he is. So whatever. So next, now we got Scott. No, no, I've got Mr. Clint and Tracy. Now, Tracy, she's one day from finishing her parole, and she still wants to meet Alice, Clint's mom, okay? And Clint's mom still some type of way, and it was just weird when she started saying, I want to meet your mom. And then he starts, so basically, y'all are good, both are in good health or something like that, or something, start talking rather than, she's like, why are you talking like you talk about death? She wants to still meet his mom, and Clint knows that mom Alice is like, nah. And it's interesting though that I understand her being problem because by her Tracy spazzing out and going for one more drugs when she was already high, took a car and sold and stuff like that. And for her, and it's interesting considering that didn't Clint a couple years ago, shout out advice, I did find out, I forgot to mention, just call me Wall Melanated. That's her trademark, the name that she always says in the videos. And I think Nikki's place or Nikki Star's place or something like that, I gotta know. And I think just call me Wall's best friend, I think Chris, also does reviews on this show as well. I don't know if it's this season or not. But anyways, like I said, just add those people. But I do know Omni Vice was the one, and also you can check out Starcasting webpage where they have a lot of information since the first season about Love After Lockup. And so, but like I said, Clint has, took a little Debbie truck and, was a little intoxicated, was intoxicated, and up here with the little Debbie snacks and stuff up here smashing into stuff, his own stuff, and took off with a truck or whatever, and got a little record and stuff like that from that. Okay, so he ain't good. He ain't good to be around some cars neither. Okay, so it's interesting that the mom, I can understand from, if you look from this viewpoint, like mom is like, okay, the fact that she did this stuff makes her like very irresponsible and put her son into debt. Will look like he was able to get two cars, whatever, afterwards. So so he might have paid it off with whatever money they gave him for doing the show. If because most of the times, most of the people who participate in these reality shows, they do get a certain payment. Most of them do a certain amount. I think, I don't know. But so she, Tracy still wants to see the mama. He went to go see the mama, and she said, stand out in front of the door. She's waiting, and he went to go see mom. The mom was acting like she was surprised. Maybe they do have their door open. I don't know. So he goes in there, of course, camera people there, and she's like, hi, and he's like this, he tried to sit, and she looked, and he explained to her that Tracy was outside, but she wasn't a property. Even Mrs. Alice felt some type of way about Tracy even being around the property. She does not want anything to do with her. It's like, I didn't. She was like, confession. I met. I didn't know her before. I don't know now. I don't want anything to do with her. So Clint just said after that comment, but he knew 9 times out of 10 the mom is, because mom, as far as right now, does not want to meet her. Period. So he went to go tell his wife, like, mom don't want to meet you. Yeah. So, of course, she's like, no, that's fine. That's fine. We can just do that. That's fine. I'll just get in the car. He was like, are you okay? And she was like, no, I'm fine. Take something there. But she's really like, she wants to try again. She knows she messed up, but she really wants to at least be accepted by her mother-in-law. And she, like I said, she know, but she admitted, and it was kind of, I ain't gonna lie for a second. It was kind of sad when you see Tracy in confessionals, and to me, it still looks like she's dealing with some demons, if y'all know what I mean. And then she even said, like, it's sad that she, that she's right now, she's not on drugs, at that time. But she was like, she feels so sad and alone, especially how she's feeling right now. She's tempted to use drugs again because of how she's feeling, and maybe because of the way she feels like she really wants to meet Clint's mom and the way it's going. But she felt kind of sad. So it was kind of a sad moment, because she said she used to the reason why, of course, she did drugs and let her get away. Kind of like it was a way of her like relaxing, getting away from the world and stuff like that. So, and it kind of like left their story alone. So let's get into Clint and Lizzie. Oh, wow. You know what? Excuse me, y'all. Scott and Lizzie. I don't know why I get Scott and Clint's names mixed up, okay? So, anyways, we got Mr. Scott and Lizzie. They're preparing for their blind dates. And I know Auntie from Auntie's Advice channel was saying, like, possibility they are. And they did make it seem like they were possibly meeting up with each other. Okay, the blind date was them finding blind date, but no, it turned out that they both went on two different blind dates. Now let's get started with Lizzie. Now Lizzie's up here talking to her daughter through FaceTime or Google Duo, and she's like, I got this outfit. This is my skirt. Is this too slutty? Do you think I should go with this? And then she's like this, well, like she was like, I went on this app, and I was like, I'm hot and something like that, whatever the was saying, whatever. So, I ended up finding this guy, blah, blah. And, then she was showing the skirt she was going to wear. She was like, I was going to have this boob top. And, I was going to wear this. And I was like, okay, that's fine, Mom. And she's on her way to a date. So when she's going to date, even though they were showing like back and forth between them, I want to get with Lizzie, start with Lizzie part and end with Scott. And like I said, go to the last two stories. So when she met with her date, she's up here spraying, the Victoria's Secret, y'all, she is like this. Let me get my left knee. Anyway, so she is spraying, y'all, and just spraying herself down, and she's looking like she is ready to seduce and ooze with seduction. And also, y'all, they showed like, the in-between commercial, like a part they left out in the show, and it was a bonus scene. And the bonus scene, she's talking with her coworkers. And this also lets you know that she did not like Scott or was not attracted to Scott at all. Because when she was explaining, like, going on some of these sites, and sometimes these free sites are not really, like for something serious. So she went ahead and she explained, like, to her, I think her coworker's name was Tim. Well, he gonna be Tim, even if his name's not Tim. So she's explaining to him like the guy she looked for, but she didn't explain race. But I know on some of the websites she used to only want to date white men. That's exactly her own words on some of the website when they had like screenshot or how she had a profile with them prison like pen pal sites. Okay, so she was saying that she wants a good looking man because I'm not going to sleep with one if I'm not attracted to him. And so that's why she with that. That's sad to say, but that's why even Scott couldn't even, imagine what even the cat looked like because she had no intentions if she was going to give away all she can without probably sleeping with Scott anyway because she just said it herself, like she ain't gonna send nobody, that had to be alpha male. She want a little, bad boy and stuff like that. Did she try to ask Tim, like, do you have a brother? Do you have a cousin? Blah blah blah. And Tim's like, no. But he was like, I got a sister. She like, well, I used to, be with girls, I used to be with women, when in prison. Cut to next commercial. So, anyways, like I said, after she sprayed herself a couple times down, here comes the guy, and the guy's like, hi. And she's like, oh, you're cute, and then she's already drinking a drink, and then she starts to go in. They're going like back and forth between Scott's blind date and her blind date to finish off her. She's talking. She's like, I have a nervous drink. I can't. He's like, oh, you can't drink. No alcohol drinks in Friday. Well, I can't because I've been with 10 years. I was in prison, blah blah blah, and stuff like that. Whatever, right? I don't know, and I don't remember y'all. Did she admit that she used to be on heroin or something to him, or she kept that information out? But she did admit that she was in jail, blah blah blah. So it kind of, besides talking about that, they kind of, when it got towards the end of the date, he over the look in the bill was like, oh well, can we go? Can we pay half and half because it was a little bit more expensive than I thought. So she surprisingly she did pay the half, but she was like in professionals like I thought he was supposed to pay, old school. I'm used to when Scott used to pay people. So no, you used to having tricks. You used to having tricks paying for everything. And you can even just show an ankle and you get all this money because Scott seems like you love the tricking that he did. You did not love him, okay? So That's what I'm saying. That's her thing about old school paper. But to me, also too, he probably changed his mind about wanting to be with her past like just that one date or whatever. And he was just like, "Thank you, and let me keep going." Okay. So Scott has his date. He has this bouquet of flowers he bought, and he's nervous and thinking the woman's not. Now his best friend, the one he said he might be possibly jealous, but she mostly not trying to stand, was actually concerned about him. Hooks her with a lady named Alexis, and as we seem to notice, just that he obviously Scott loves himself some of those chocolate women, some of this melon. He just loves man with some chocolate over here. Okay, all variety of chocolate. Okay, so like I said, his best friend, um, she, did this blind date. And he forgot. He was so nervous. He was like, I brought you flowers. And she was just like, next time you could just leave the flowers. And he was like, I was so nervous. And still everything was still okay, okay? And then here goes with Scott. My last girlfriend, she was in jail for such and such amount of years, and I gave and spent this much, all this and spent this much money, blah, 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 and all this other stuff about her. And I think he even told her, did he tell her that about Lizzie being on heroin and blah 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 and this and that? And then and here goes Alexis already looking like, okay, to me she already, as soon as she heard that, the minute you even bring up some your previous, ex, the thing is y'all supposed to learn how to know each other. Didn't his best friend tell him last episode about that junk, about leave that in the past? Okay, don't run him away, but unfortunately did, because he made it about as if she was a therapist going out that was going against the rules of ethics and as far as rules of ethics about going out with a patient, because he's up here used her just to vent about basically Lizzie, because like I said, he talking about he spent money, and she was like, how much money did she spend? Because he even said like, I spent a lot of money on her, blah blah blah. And now remember, first episode of this new season spinoff, whatever, 90,000. He already said about 100,000. Now he said 142,000. And then I think for what he gathered, he spent some more money on Lizzie even after they broke up, and because he was supposed to keep his word. Ain't no written in the stone. It ain't no contract. It ain't nothing, no rise contract where he could get sued and anything like that. He does not owe her or keep thinking to take care of. So it's some deep rooted issues that he has, that I don't know, self esteem, self worth issues that he feels he has to pay, or it's just some things that and I paused that and I said to myself, this man truly needs therapy. And as soon as I played the button, because I had a DVR recording on this episode too, even Alexa's like, you probably need to talk to somebody about. You need to probably no. She said to the confession, talking to them outside, because they asked her. They didn't ask anything to Lizzie's blind date, but they asked Miss Alexa. Alexa's like, he needs therapy and needs help and stuff like that. Top of his issues. She's like, he'll probably be a good man for somebody else, but not for me. Okay, basically she was like, it's over. So it seemed after that, I think they talked moved, because she even asked him before and obviously her and probably other people who are watching the show thought the same thing. And she even asked, so if I wanted to get a yoga studio, would you give me money for the yoga studio? If you have money, give me a yoga studio. And I didn't talk, yoga studio helping. I didn't talk to you, blah blah blah, but I came back or something like them along the lines. Would you give me money now? Or even if I left you, would you do the same? Basically, say do the same thing for me with the yoga studio. And he's like, yeah, I would if I could. And I was like, this man really needs therapy. It's a lot of deep issues that this man needs help with. And she was like, you know what? Time to GO. And that's pretty much how it ended. She was just like, he needs a crab cake. Do you want a crab cake? And that's pretty much where both of them, as far as I'm concerned, left with just that date. And that's it. So, next story. We got Lamar and Andrea. Andrea and her daughter are in like this small grocery store and they're getting to meet. And Nyla is up here saying, we might get food poisoning and stuff like that, and Andrea's like making the same. I noticed like the place that they were at was like almost like, oh my God, it's gonna fill, it's gonna fail all inspections and stuff. So, she's trying to still tell her daughter, like, I know, trying to get, no, she's trying to get her to help her prepare, cook some food. And she like, mom, you deal with all that. I'm just gonna eat some ramen noodles, chicken flavor, and take my behind to bed. That's your doing, because she wants to make this big meal before Lamar gets home. Oh, right, because like I said, he coming out the next day. And she is honestly angry, but she don't want to tell her kids that what's going on, and she was a little spiteful. So she basically again, it's like, just give them another chance and blah blah blah, that type of thing. It's something like them lines, right? So her friends, two of her friends, called from Utah, and they're like, "So how's it out there? Did you meet some movie stars?" And she even was like, "Y'all, here go Andrea. I'm out here, and they up here selling. They sell liquor in that grocery store." I have to laugh, y'all. I'm from Detroit, from Michigan, and like I said, this she said also that it was a culture shock and a culture adjustment to culture, something like that. But here's my thing: I'm live right next to the suburb, suburb area. Okay, I'm in the suburb, sometimes a lot. And actually, there's more suburb areas like I've seen in Kroger's. Y'all have Kroger's and main chain stores, grocery stores. There's Kroger's that sell liquor. They have a whole aisle. Some of them have beer and wine, but some of them have beer, wine, and liquor. Irk and jerk you just get, okay? You get that right next to the apricots. Not exactly, but you get what I'm saying. So she was like surprised that they had it in the same place. There's gas stations. You can get 15 on pump 10 and get a fifth of Ciroc, okay? There are places, and a lot of them that have that is in the suburban areas, personally, what I see outside of the inner city area, okay? So I was just laughing like, I mean, we got Walmart's, Myers, and everybody. What's up? Yeah, they're big chicks. But like I said, that is not shocking to see liquor in grocery stores here. Okay. Oh god. Anyway, so she's like saying she showed her friends. Nyla phone line kind of walked away, and she vented to them like Nyla's been some point. They used to have her, and I guess based on what Andrea was saying, the kids ended up becoming close with Lamar, but they mad at him once he got incarcerated again for the past about 7 months. And it was sad what she said, even though Nyla did not say this is what she said, was saying that Nyla said that she doesn't trust African American men. And that is really a sad statement. Hopefully she'll be able to grow that if she does feel that way. Because it's almost like, personally to me, it's like almost like saying she's having self-hatred issues. And not every man, generalizing that every black man is problematic or she has issues or going to give her problems. And that's sad, if that actually is true. But she said, she's so sad. She was crying, started crying, especially talking about, when Nyla and her, she really hurt Nyla the most, or did it hurt her the most? I don't know. But Nyla didn't say that in the camera. Nyla didn't say anything. Like I said, they just keep saying, like, okay, mom, you want to be married, blah, blah, blah. And it's still, of course, we ain't going to see past the scenes. But like I said, she changed it where first and like I said, I'm blah, 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 blah. Okay. But what I'm saying is Andrea said everything was going good, and then everything just went bad. And she ended up getting upset talking about this stuff, and she's like, I can't do this right now. She puts her phone on top of the limes, and she cried on top of one of the coolest, areas in the back. And her daughter got to hug her like, "It's okay, mama," and stuff like that. And she just was like, "I wish we could move back to Utah. I'm just tired." Blah blah blah. So she went ahead, and the next day, she went to go pick a mark, and she was kind of sad. And they showed the flashback when she got him out the first time, and she's like, "This is becoming, a problem." She was sit down. She had to basically take care of things. She first she was able to be the model wife she wanted to be or was called to be because he was actually Lamar was going to school and working. And then when this happened, it changed where she got a license, had to work out there and take care, hold the family down while waiting for him again to get out. And so now he comes, like I said, she was so happy, running, happy, everything. This time, he comes out across the street where, he was getting released. And because she was even like this, she didn't really get no sleep the night before. She all like this, y'all. Oh, he coming out here. Let me sit in the car. And he didn't see her. He still, for the few payphones that's probably left in the United States alone, he calls her on the phone. And she go lie to him like, you get out today. I didn't leave the house. And then she told him to turn around. He hugs her, all happy, woo woo, whatever, right? And the first thing he does ask her, I mean, they do still hug and everything, but I noticed that it was true that she even pointed this out to professionals that Miss Drea did, that he asked him about, "Where's my car?" Well, I mean, I drove in this car. I feel like, where's my car at? That was his response. Unless it was edited out. He didn't say, I love you, blah, 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 blah. So even in the confessional, she knows like the first thing he actually was bringing up was his car. Should I leave him here? I get, just I guess what she thought at that moment. So she gonna play another trick on him and lie and say like she sold the car and stuff like that. And he said, I worked it hard for the car. And first I scratched my head because I was like, wait a minute, did she buy him the car? Did he take over the payments or something? So I don't know. That's their business. I don't know. They traded in and he ended up getting another vehicle, but it turned out she got home and she got a turtle wax on his new vehicle, and then now to go see from there, hopefully take it on where they get on with this life kids. And Lamar's like, this is my last time, because he was all saying like, they did have a little argument, not little minor argument and thing, like you need to get yourself together, because he was all mad about the car, what the little trick that she played on him, and thinking it was stolen or whatever. I'm not stolen, but sold. And she was like, you would want to put yourself in that position. But Lamar was saying professionals like he got in the car with this boy and police pulled him over. Not but Andrew Dream was the one who told us, that there was a whole lady, exotic dancer, lady in the night, somebody in the car with them too. He only said like got in the car with his boys. But okay. Next scene, next couple, or trouble, or like I said, Oxydon, Romulus, whatever. Okay. Now, here we pick up exactly where we left off in the beginning. Now, of course, they first had the beginning when they had Megan and the whole thing with Day Day and the mama, stuff like that. So Day Day's mad, go out car, didn't want to say anything, but she kind of was waiting towards more so. She was outside, and the mom decided when Megan, after she went to go to her car, and the mom decided to get in the car, knock on the side of her car door, patch her side, and they talked for a second. And Megan was they just had this little talk about certain stuff. And she was like, well, what do you do? Once you realize he was married, and she's just like this. You can never stop loving somebody. And she was basically making this in short. It wasn't like she didn't come here, for by force. He asked her to come here. And she's like, even though he's saying like, she was like, he needs something better. Don't you want better for his son and for the grandson? She was just I'm like, Megan, let it go. I understand you have feelings, but heck, he playing you. He playing Sarah. And based on see what happened was, I'll explain what I mean. That was his way how Mike would dodge answering questions, and he'll do see what happened was, or what you talking about. That's all what he did. So they basically come to agreement, like where she wants to keep, the mom was like, she want to keep it outside, meaning like she could drop him off, pick him up, because Michael has to be on tether for 90 days, and of course a certain time he has to be at home and stuff like that, which means he's still up in Flint, and we all know Sarah is any day due now with her second child up in Farmington, New York. Okay, so she basically let it be known, that's between, I forgot, I don't know if she even explained, but even though, like I said, it wasn't Megan's place to ask, like, why you didn't tell me that he was married, or they didn't tell him married, because about, like I said, how they got into it, her and Day Day, like she doesn't understand why Megan claims she doesn't understand why Day Day would have a problem with her, because they used to be cool, and Michael introduced her to Megan or whatever through phone calls or something like that. They used to talk, so it clashed. So they basically just came to an understanding. It is what it is, and Megan said she does also need to talk to him as well. We still just let y'all know in advance that I have a feeling they probably, just like how they did the confrontation between Megan and Sarah meeting up, we're not going to know what it is that Megan needs to tell Michael until probably the season finale. Or if it's another spin-off or season 3 of Life After Lockup of this particular group cast. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, I was like, they're going to carry this out for a long time, okay? Whatever she got to tell, okay? Right. I don't know that she's lactose intolerant. I don't know. But they're going to stretch it out. Believe me, they are going to stretch this ish out. So anyways, y'all. Now, next minute, she like waits for, like, cause the mama said, let me go hug my son first and stuff, whatever, blah blah blah, and y'all do. So she did talk to him a little bit, and then Michael, she just let him know, make sure you come back a certain time, get rules, blah, blah, blah. She asked about the terror, blah, blah, blah. So Mike talked about the little generation, about the GPS system, Tether 11, blah, blah, blah. And then he ended up basically talking to Megan. And Megan, basically they talked to the restaurant before she dropped him off, whatever, so she can talk to him. And she's like, was it true? Did you genuinely love me? And you know how Michael is, yeah, I did. But you were married and you didn't tell me. Why didn't tell me you're married? I'm just gonna keep it shut, because he gave the same thing, like, see what happened was, or skated off the questions, because he's always saying, well, I told y'all, told you what I had to do. Some people are, when they mess around with their child's mom, their child's like, baby mom, baby type of stuff. See what happened was I had to do it for the baby type of thing. But he purposely made sure Sarah was ovulating, and stuff like that, and wanted a second child from her. And so you had to marry/sleep with her in order. I mean, unfortunately, like I said, it's not the first time. I usually don't hear about people taking as far as having nerves to get married and take that union, but I have heard about people who be in situations where, okay, in order to see my child, I had to sleep with my baby mama, being that type of stuff, whatever. Anyways, so had to do it for the kids. So he's trying to do that, but he's not saying, so how, he's still skating around some of the questions. Even Megan even asked, like, what's the series? Well, now he's all, of course, still doing that same stuff he's been doing with her and Sarah. He's all saying to Sarah, and sometimes saying in the camera, but not to Sarah, that he wants to be with Megan. And then he doesn't tell Sarah the truth, that he wants to be with Megan and pretend to be a half-ass husband that he is to her. Okay? So he to a certain point, it's not getting accountability, but he again also was saying, like, she was like, why you didn't tell me this, why didn't you tell me? Well, I was going through, me and Sarah were going through hell. Okay, whether you are or not, he still was saying he was married to a whole marriage, and even before that he was still with Sarah, even though he's done this, he's been up there depositing deed to other females a lot. This is not the first time he's done this to Sarah. Okay, unfortunately. And it's just a whirlwind where it's like, what is the purpose of y'all being married? Period. Okay? But it is what it is. As far as I know, unless they got divorced, whatever the period. And he's telling Megan, but Megan's the one asking. He ain't flat out saying I'm gonna get divorced. But she asks, are you gonna get divorced? Yeah, when I get myself situated. Okay. But he's still, like I said, coming with excuses. It's like almost making himself seem like it's a victim. Like, me and Sarah has went through this, blah, blah, blah. I was by myself. I couldn't tell you. He told the professor he didn't have the right time to tell Megan and blah, blah, blah. Um, yeah. Okay, whatever. Again, still just skating around the same thing. And like I said, Megan has said a couple times throughout this episode, she got something to tell Michael. And I was like, if you got to tell him that you are now vegan instead of a meat eater, go ahead. All I know is it's like, whatever it is, she's gonna wear it out. If she's got two corns on her left foot, we're gonna find out at the end of the season. Okay, by when the next season comes, season 3, we're gonna find out that Megan got two corns on her left foot. That's what I'm saying, is whatever it is, they're gonna stretch it out like a rubber band until the rubber band breaks. And that's why I was getting the point, like, because like I said, it's a ring of service. Then Day Texas, Sarah, that girl Megan picked up, Michael. And so already, they still, like I said, in the baby store, her and her two friends, right? She went to call Michael, and her friends got their ears to the door trying to hear the conversation. And she first trying to ask, like, so where were you at? Blah 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 blah. He was like, I got out. Didn't add Megan's name in. Only reason why Megan's name got added in because Sarah was like, you were Megan. Okay, yeah, I was. But he didn't say it first. He's like, I got out, then now I'm at home. But he did tell Megan before he got out the car, that he was, because she had to ask him that. It was like he just told her that he was gonna call Megan, blah blah blah, check on his daughter, blah blah blah. And then he also wished that his daughter could have been there, but it is what it is. So, but like I said, she was about to say something. She was like, never mind. And then she confessed, no, she gonna save it the other time for this mystery thing she has to tell Michael that we all gotta wait on. Okay. So, like I said, he calls Sarah. Yeah, that's what he does. He calls Sarah himself, I think. And she was mad. And then she ends up hanging the phone with Megan. And he was like, and what's up? That's your girlfriend? And he like, no, I'm not saying again. Say what it is. You saying one, but again, he just like he keeps saying, leading her on. He's leading both Sarah and still Megan on because Megan had to go back to the double tree or whatever. They still got double trees, but the double tree still down the street because she just going to drop on picking up. I guess I don't know how many days she's going to stay out yet. And now, she ended up getting a phone because she was just mad. Said was mad, and already she's pregnant, and it due any day now, any second, any minute. Okay. So, anyways, y'all, she gets off the phone and she just mad into walking, talk to her friends for a second. They still, but what I noticed is, at least at that time, paying attention, her friends are basically realizing Michael and his BS as usual. They ain't, whatever. It ain't the first time that they went through this conversation with her about Michael. So she went outside, F everybody, F everything, blah, blah, blah. She gets in the car, and she like, you could be with your fat B, blah, blah, blah. He called her again with him. He's like, you want to get divorced, something like that? And then they kind of end off and go to the credits. And I have to say this because maybe they're going to talk about her when she talking about the big person. Before even Sarah got pregnant, let's be real with this. I know I'm big, whatever, beautiful. That's a good point. But what I'm saying is, it's like Sarah is attacking Megan as if she's small herself. And the sad part is, it's like really truthfully, even though Megan has no right trying to still try to stretch out because he is married, whether it's a bad marriage or not. And then on top of that, besides we all know Michael is full of BS, it's Michael. Okay, Michael didn't have to get in the car with Megan. Megan didn't have the gun to no head, no like that. She was about to shank him or not. He chose to get in the car with her. Okay, she got down to him. He's still choosing that, and she wants to keep it. I'm like, let's see how this ends, whatever the case is. But I'm just saying, even Sarah, even though she's not big, she would still be considered big. She's not small neither. No, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. Okay, unfortunately, they'll be trying to send her some Weight Watchers meals too. Okay, I'm just keeping it real. Okay, but anyways, that's how it ended. But I'm just wondering, is it going to be another competition between her and Sarah after Sarah has this baby late on the season? That would be interesting again. Whatever. But anyway, y'all, hugs and love. I know this was kind of longer rambling on, but I'll see y'all next video. Take care, and I'll see y'all next one. I'm about to go take myself to bed. Night, night, y'all.